This is the synthetic signal report for Tuesday, June 2nd, 2026 in the morning. Today, we analyze the integration of OpenAI frontier models into the Amazon Web Services ecosystem, new guidelines for artificial intelligence agents from Stanford, the supply chain compromise of Red Hat packages, and the dismantling of a massive 17 million device botnet. We also examine the mounting authenticity debt in generative media and the urgent hospital data demands from Eli Lilly. OpenAI has officially brought its frontier models and codex engine to the Amazon Web Services cloud platform. This development marks a significant shift in corporate AI strategy, as developers can now leverage these models within the Amazon infrastructure using their existing cloud accounts. The integration provides enterprise-grade access to the latest frontier architectures, enabling more seamless deployment of sophisticated AI workflows without requiring a separate contract with OpenAI. It effectively lowers the barrier to entry for businesses already anchored in the Amazon cloud, while simultaneously locking in these services as foundational components for future agentic application development platform. The Stanford CS336 course has released a foundational set of guidelines for artificial intelligence agents. This document provides a framework for designing and auditing autonomous systems. It focuses on the necessity of local-first state management, secure sandbox execution, and the implementation of deterministic behavior in non-deterministic environments. The guidelines represent a formal acknowledgement that the current vibe coding paradigm is insufficient for production-grade software. The move toward codified guardrails for agents is a signal that the industry is shifting from exploratory model building to the rigorous engineering of reliable, agentic agents that can operate safely within enterprise codebases. Aikido Security has identified a malicious supply chain attack targeting official Red Hat cloud services packages on the NPM registry. A credential-stealing worm dubbed miasma was injected into multiple packages. Technical analysis confirms the attack did not involve a simple token theft. Instead, the attackers compromised the GitHub Actions OIDC pipeline to publish the tainted code. This allows the malicious worm to bypass traditional authentication checks. The compromise of a CI/CD pipeline rather than a user token is a high sophistication indicator. It highlights a critical vulnerability in modern automated deployment cycles, where trust is often implicitly granted to the build environment. In a major joint operation, authorities in the Netherlands have dismantled a botnet consisting of over 17 million infected devices. The network, which was managed by a backbone of 200 command and control servers, was identified after a security researcher alerted the National Cybersecurity Center. This operation is a clear success for public-private cooperation in cybersecurity. However, the scale of the infrastructure, 17 million compromised devices, underscores the massive success of IoT-focused malware. Most of these devices likely remain unpatched, highlighting the ongoing tension between device ubiquity and baseline security hygiene. We are tracking an emerging framework focused on authenticity debt. As generative models produce content at near zero marginal cost, enterprises are accruing significant risk in their media pipelines. This debt refers to the erosion of provenance and trust in any digital asset. The framework categorizes threats across 4 layers: physical authenticity, content provenance, network-level injection, and intellectual property leakage. This is a discovery-grade signal. Organizations are beginning to realize that the ability to generate content is a liability if the origin of that content cannot be mathematically verified. Eli Lilly has issued an urgent warning to over 1,000 hospitals participating in the 340B drug discount program. Hospitals are required to submit granular claims data within the next 5 days to maintain their current pricing. This is a high-stakes standoff regarding transparency in pharmaceutical pricing. Eli Lilly is leveraging its market position to force compliance with data reporting standards, which hospitals fear may lead to reduced margins. This highlights the ongoing battle between corporate entities and healthcare providers over the control and visibility of patient and transaction data. Community chatter reflects a growing concern over the fragility of CI/CD pipelines, as demonstrated by the Red Hat breach. Security engineers are debating the necessity of build transparency, where every step in a pipeline is cryptographically signed and independently verified. Second, the sentiment around the OpenAI and Amazon Web Services integration is one of relief, as it streamlines the procurement process for large-scale enterprise AI projects. Third, researchers are heavily discussing the miasma worm, noting that its persistence mechanisms are designed to hide within large, legitimate code bases, making detection nearly impossible for manual reviewers. Finally, in physical technology, the buzz around the Asus ROG NUC 16 with the GeForce RTX 5090 laptop GPU suggests that local compute performance for mobile agents is reaching a critical threshold for consumer adoption.